Hello everyone, welcome back to Hexahedra, which I guess I could have mentioned in the first video, not that it matters, and many of you probably figured this out. Hexahedra is just means cubes. So the whole game is about cubes. Anyway, I'm done with dinner, we're moving on to going solo, the first level that doesn't have this hat, so I suppose there's no tutorial for it? Going solo. Yes. Zion program. Okay, you arrive on a Monday morning, find Dantar looking the most relaxed you've ever seen him. Good morning. Do grab tea from the kitchen. Everything's up to standard in there now. How was your weekend? I spent mine looking into our bot problems. I didn't spot any malfunctions, but I've restored most of them to default settings. They're much better behaved now. An order's come in, and I think you're ready to tackle it solo. I'm going to press on with the last few resets. See you at lunchtime. Oh yeah, so some helpful tools. To rewind the factory and watch part of your solution play out again, you can drag the timeline, I guess this thing, backwards, then use the play button as normal to rewatch past events. Sure. Undo and redo changes the factory with Control Y and Control Z. I was going to say why not Y and Z, but they assigned like every letter to some part manipulation, so I guess that's why. Okay. Browse the list of changes you can undo. Undo history. Everything up to and including that change. It doesn't seem that useful. If it could undo or redo a specific event in the middle of history, that would be quite interesting. I don't even know how it would work, and I assume that's why they haven't implemented it. But this just seems like, well, you know, why don't I just hold Control Z till I get to where I want to be? What's the value of this? Maximum devices. You can have 5 devices, including one behind the cube. Yeah, understood. So what am I meant to do here? It's got a yellow thing with a radioactive symbol on the top and a red and a blue. But we actually want blue all the way around, radioactive top and bottom, and to remove the blue from the left. Okay. So it would be nice if we had a cleaner over here, right? So maybe I want my sorcerer on the bottom this time? Or the devices are over here. Is that clean? Yeah. So clean over there. And then we want spray and decorate on the same axis of rotation, basically. And we'll have the delivery thing over here. In this way, we get all of our devices in, and we should only have to rotate along a single axis. So, let's see. Trigger the bottom thingy to get a new thingy. Trigger the left one to wipe it off. And then we kind of go into that loop we had before. Well, not quite a loop, because we're not stamping as much, but where's our spray painter? It's on top, so activate. You know, I think it would just be more aesthetically pleasing if we had the spray painter in the back so that we could see the finished faces come towards us. So let's start by activating the device in the back, which is the spray painter, painting this red into blue, and then rotate, I guess we'd call this down. So the face we just painted is on top. We can stamp it. Then activate the, stamp it is not done by clicking here. It's done by this. And we can also paint the face that's now in the back, and I think it's probably about time do I get a new track again? Here. But I want the one that goes backward, please. I do it this way, right? No. So go down a track, then starting here, you need to rotate down again. And we don't want to stamp. Wait, was I even supposed to stamp the one I did stamp? I wasn't. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm confused. I think, oh, undo, go back. I was right, I think. Because, okay, we painted the one in the back, which was this one. No, I shouldn't stamp it. I should just paint it again. Paint the one in back, which is now this one. And then when I rotate it again, I finally want to stamp it. And if I had to guess, this is about the time to turn around. We've done about half of the work. I don't know. But I guess we'll... Where's paint? Paint is the back. Paint the new face. This is the third face to be painted. This one. So maybe a better way to think of it is we should only stamp every other face. And this one we did. Why is this so confusing to me? Okay, so it's because these labels aren't associated with what action you're taking. I have to like look at this and like cross-reference it with like, okay, that's the paint and this is the... I don't know, it's also going bad at 3D shapes, but give me a break. Okay, so we've just stamped our first aside for the first time. So we're just painting the next one. And then I believe we're actually just stamping and then delivering. Sadly, I don't have room to switch tracks up, so... Oh no, this isn't how to do it. Actually, I guess I should just move that there. Because now I think I need to... I think I'm done. I've activated the sprayer 4 times, the stamper twice, and they're opposite each other, so this should be good. And then deliver it. Where is that? That's the right. And then go home. Which I think is the same as waiting to get till here and then go up, right? So does this do anything good that I want? Oh, I didn't customize the color of the sprayer or something? Very funny. I'll have it in blue then. Okay, try again. We got a blue one there. Although, I just realized what I'm doing is kind of silly. I think it's still correct. Yeah, that all looks good. But I realized I don't really... How do I put you back? Oh, like this. I don't really have a reason. I chose not to stamp the first side because it's not this one. But I could have. I could stamp here. Remember, they don't care about orientation when it leaves the factory. So I absolutely could move this. Can I not insert in between or something? That's a swap. I could put this here, because that side has been painted. Then after 1, 2 rotations, put the last one here, and then I don't even need that rotation, right? Something like that. Yeah, the top is blue. We can totally paint on that. Or stamp on it. And then we should be set, right? Yeah, and this home is, as far as I can tell, would be the same as switch track up. It is a little more aesthetically pleasing to use the switch track because we get that cool rotation. But I guess there's also some pleasantness in this kind of hairpin. It's asymmetrical on this side. Uh-huh. Ah, so I've done it this way once. And then I did it... No, this is me now. I thought this was a line representing me again, because I'd done it once with one more command than necessary, but I guess I never finished that. Now, how are you supposed to do it in so many fewer steps? Or, I mean, fewer commands I could probably believe? Somehow? Not sure. How could you do it in fewer steps? Well... Oh. That's true, isn't it? This blue you could use, right? Put the paint on this axis instead of this axis, because there already happens to be some blue here. Yeah, that would be an improvement, wouldn't it? It would save you one paint command and maybe even a rotation command? It seems a lot better. Let's... I mean, obviously the stats aren't important. And I've sort of already had this idea. Why go through the pain of implementing it? Well, I mean, that's fair enough. But it would be nice to see how much of an improvement it is, right? So... do I want main menu, or... don't... Well, I guess so. So this is my first try. And this is going to be my better one. And we're going to put a decorator here. And a painter, I guess, in the back? I think it would have to be on the back or here. Either one is fine. You know what? Let's put it here. And I'll... Comes in with... Oh, of course. In fact, it has to be the back. Because this is... It has to be the back... has to be left free, rather, for a cleaner. Because this is the side that's coming in troubled, right? Actually, I think it's best to have this either top or bottom. Not for any particular reason, I guess. We'll have a sorcerer and an acceptor. So I'm going to start by doing this. And we'll immediately trigger the cleaner in back, and the stamper on the left, and the painter on top. Then we can start rotating in this direction. We don't want to stamp the current side, so we'll just paint. Rotate again. Then we want to stamp and paint. Now I guess we have to go down to the next track. Which I think is just a third rotation, a paint, and a deliver, right? Which is this? Like so? Does that make any sense? Oh, this is the wrong axis, huh? Okay, stop. This front... Wait. I'm confused. I thought this was the top side. Is it the front side? It's the front side. Okay, so wait, show me... Oh wait, why would I do that when I can just look here? I forgot I can rotate this. So the top is the one that's red. Oh, annoying. Okay. So I need to swap these two, I guess. And actually, it's... So we're going to stamp on the one that's already there. We're going to erase the top, which is the red side. We're going to paint the one in the back, which is our new canvas. We're not going to do this rotation. We're going to do a right rotation at each of these steps. And all of the tops we're going to have to change to rears. count one too many, though. Why do I even have to do that? I count 3 paints, 2 stamps. Can I not actually just do this? No, undo. Delete this. So we stamp on the left side, we clear the red side, we paint the one in back, and we paint another. Then after we've seen 2 rotations, we stamp and paint again. I think that's right. Yeah. Everyone's happy with that. Great. So let's stop though, because I think for aesthetic beauty, it's a little bit nicer to clean this before doing anything else. So I have a nice, clean, monochrome box. When to order the stamping and the painting is not clear. I think it would be sort of aesthetically pleasing if we stamped right at the beginning and right at the end, so let's do it that way. Okay, so that gets me down to the lowest number of steps and commands. Got it. We avoided using the second track. Yeah, 4 fewer commands because I didn't have to do all the... I reduced the number of steps that it would fit on one device. Or number of commands enough that it would fit on one device, and that saved me even more, I guess. Because every time you have to go onto a new track, it's multiple new commands to traverse the tracks. Cool. Cube merging. So this is going to be exciting. You won't always be working with complete cubes. So this is like gluing stuff together. Partial cubes can be merged as long as they don't crash. The Reset Kitchen bot cooks your lunches to perfection. Afterwards, you head back to Danter's office. Things are actually running smoothly for once. I found one more thing the bots had managed to mess up. They'd removed the lids from a batch of crates and were hauling them over to the payload bays. No idea what they were planning on putting in them. Anyway, we'll just pop the lids back on, paint them, and get them shipped off. There's a knack to assembling cubes. I'll come with you and show you how it works. Is the knack just pressing a button? Merging cubes. Here we are. The bots took the metal lids off these cubes. So we have 2 types of source cube. The first one is wooden, but has no panel on the left. The second is just a metal face. Doesn't look like a metal face to me. Oh, that's the output. Here, a single face on the left. And our gap is also on the left, okay? We combine these in one complete cube as long as we make sure the panels don't collide. This merge is valid. It like does the rotation as part of the merge somehow? Okay, there are 2 reasons a merge can fail. This merge fails because the cubes have panels in the same positions, the front and back. When they try to merge, those collide. Both cubes must have empty sides facing each other. For a merge to succeed. What? Okay, so I don't understand where this rotation is coming from. Is that part of the merge operation? Because it seems to me like this merge should be totally fine if you just rotated this face to face a different direction, the wooden cube. right over here. So I got the impression that they were saying it's okay to merge this with this, and like the rotation somehow takes care of it. I'm getting the idea now that you have to do the rotation yourself, and this is some kind of simplified or shortcut diagram. To see a failed merge, run the factory. Well, no thanks. I mean, I can't even see the instructions. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you ask for two sources, if you ask for a source and you already have one, it tries to merge them. Got it. Metal panel. Okay, but what? You ever want to examine a cube in the factory? Oh, I can visualize it. How nice. Okay, that's good to know. I wish you would get out of my face, dude. In order to merge the cubes, you know, to move one of the sources, the panels arrive from an acceptable direction. I see. Well, these are my sources 1 and 2, right? So 2 is the lid, so let's just take source 2, then source 1, we'll put the lid on. Did you want me to deliver this or just merge them? I sort of lost track. Oh, but I didn't change the instruction. Got it. Stop. Don't do this. Instead, this. I got them backward. Okay, wait, what happened? I wanted these two swapped. 2 here, 1 here. Send in 1, which is the top, and then 2, which is the left. That'll be the lid. Ta-da! Okay, and I guess it did want me to deliver them. I wasn't totally clear on that. Are these the same? I don't know. They don't look the same to me. It needs to be painted, right? Yeah, it hates all of this. Okay, so I could restart the tutorial. I don't really want to do that. I just, like, was left sort of unclear with what the tutorial, how far the tutorial wanted me to go. Like, did it just want me to keep clicking every step, or did it want me to finish the level? I'm sure it told me what to do, and I just didn't catch it. But it would be nice if there was something up here telling me like what I'm supposed to do. It's like finish the level apparently. It's weird that scrolling in this panel affects the scroll here. Weird and obviously bad. But what can you do? This is like insane, right? What objects do I even have? I have spray painting. And I have that, which... What is that? I guess it's the lid. Is the lid facing the right way? Show me what this cube looks like in net view, please. It's not there yet. Okay. Now it is there. And I guess it's right. they just also want the sides that aren't the top or the bottom to be painted blue? Is that blue? Hard to tell. Well, if the lid comes in over here, everything along this axis here should be fine. So... would you say this is blue or green? Or teal? Cyan? Maybe it's cyan. How am I supposed to know, man? I want a mouse over on that. Or something. Anyway, give me cyan painters here and here. So that I can do it in fewer rotations rather than fewer devices. So trigger paint of rear and bottom. Rotate up twice. Let's move this to the end. Rear and bottom. Again, except I think there, like that, right? That looks like the right color. Yay! Okay. So we could obviously do this in one fewer step by adding one fewer device by adding one more step. People are doing it in fewer steps. Fewer steps. How could that be? Oh. You could do it with just one rotation if you positioned the sprayers opposite each other. And that would be easy. Just put the sorcerer for one here in the back. Then all the times that I say trigger rear should change to trigger top. And this trigger top should be trigger rear to deliver the box. And we need one fewer rotation. Now, does this count against my steps? Should I be putting go back home as step 9? Apparently. But it is fewer commands. So let me just see if I put that in. Yeah, it's fewer steps and more commands. And of course, the fewer devices solution is obvious. I'm not gonna bother with it. You passed Antar making more mint tea. He sips it with only minor trepidation. He seems sigh happily at the sweet flavor. He beckons you to follow him into his office. Good job. We often receive disassembled cubes. Comma splice. They're easier to transport in bulk. We've got some that need assembling right now, comma splice. It'll be good practice for you. He recites a little rhyme as he heads back out to the factory floor. The best thing about a mint tea, when savored, I think you'll agree, the herbal infusion creates a profusion of flavor that sets your tongue free. Is profusion a word? It might be. I know the word profusion, but I bet profusion is a word. Suffuse. To cause to flow or spread. That's as a verb. What does profusion as a noun mean? A flow or spread, I guess. Creates a spread of flavor. Sure, okay. Cool, learned a word. Make fun of them for comma splices, but their vocabulary is better than mine. Moving commands. Aha, select commands by dragging a box around them. Okay, that would have been nice to know. Hold down control to add to it rather than replacing. Sure. StarCraft rules apply. Left click and drag. Command move. Yes, I've done that. Dragging a selected command will move the whole selection, of course. Hold shift when picking up commands to take a copy. Tab. I would not, if someone said to me, what does it mean to flip the selection? I might have thought they meant select everything not currently selected, but they mean to reverse the things that are currently selected to cause them to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so these are like editing commands, I guess. More merging. These cubes came disassembled into pairs of panels you need to put together. Don't forget, the position of the sources is crucial to creating valid merges. Alright, so just make everything bigger for me, as usual. Actually, I don't need this one big yet. Wait, there's only one source. Okay. Got it. So... they come in blue, or green, and black? Okay, maybe I actually want to look at this view here. So... if we just use like multiple sorcerers, that's not going to be any good, right? We're going to have to do some rotating because they're all going to output something in the same orientation. And so if we just leave them in that orientation, they're necessarily going to have panels in the same places and they'll collide no matter what direction stuff is coming from. So we have to take a thing from somewhere and then rotate it and take another thing. And so we might as well, I think, just have one sorcerer, right? Like we need an input, a paint, and an output, and that's all we need. And we could have more if we wanted, but I'm not totally sure why you would want that. So... it seems to me that there is no one rotation you could do here that would allow you to accept a cube from somewhere. Is there? Like, you would necessarily have one of the a panel still where one of the other panels was, right? But it also seems to me like that shouldn't be true and I'm just stupid. Is there an axis you can draw through this shape? Such that a 90-degree rotation, well, an orthogonal axis. Like, there's only 3 meaningful axes, right? There's through the top, which can't possibly do it because the top panel would still be on top. There's from the front to the back, which can't possibly do it because rotating along that axis would leave this front panel in place. And then there's through from right to left. And a spin along that axis gets one of these two panels out of the way, but moves the other one into its place. So it's going to take 2 rotations, no matter what direction you choose, to be able to put another panel in. And furthermore, you can't... there's at least one set of 2 rotations that would be invalid. If you ran it through from left to right, and then just rotated twice along that axis. Yes, you could then add a second copy of the input. But then you'd have a hole on the left and a hole on the right, and no way to line those two up to touch, so you could never finish the box. Is the same true for any axis, that you could never do 2 rotations along that axis and be happy? Well, yes, because we already proved that along the other axes, a rotation doesn't help you at all. So, it must be 2 rotations, each on a different axis, that we want here. And one of those axes has to be the left to right axis, I think? Well, that certainly is true. Because as we said, rotations on either of the other axes leave something in place. Like if we rotated front to top, there would still be no way. Yeah, okay. So, fine. Does that help me at all with how to slot these things into place? I mean, sort of, maybe. For some reason, it feels aesthetically pleasing to me that the sorcerer be on top, and I haven't yet found a reason why that's impossible, so we'll do it that way. And we'll start with a rotation arbitrarily to the right. At that point, this black face, which must be painted blue, will be on the right, so that's where I'll put my spray painter. And I'll activate the right thingy. Then, I need to make another rotation, and it'll be looking... Oh. It'll be looking, oops, like this. So I need to rotate it that way, which is up. Before Before doing any of this, of course, I need to get my box in here. So if I then ask for another box, and I do these 2 rotations again, will I be happy with the result or upset? I'm not really sure. Let's run what I have. I have like a step button in here somewhere. Sure. And now I need to be big brain here. I'm not good at this kind of thing. Why can't I drag this, like, without, I don't want to rotate the box, I want to move the window. Oh, you can disable cube rotation reset. I never noticed that. Okay. Well, maybe let's do that for now. So, if I now took this, rotated it right to get it painted, and then up, it would still be able to accept a new copy. So I think that makes sense. And I think that's why they taught me copying, right? So I think if I take this, you said hold shift to copy, and do that. I think we'll still be happy, right? We won't be done. But the faces I painted are the wrong ones? I somehow thought I could just paint all the black faces and use all the green ones. But the way I'm putting together the cube, that doesn't work. Could it possibly work? Am I just doing it wrong? Or do I fundamentally have to repaint a black side green at some point? I'm not sure. Because this isn't like just rotational symmetry issues. This is actually a different cube than this one, even if I painted this face blue. Because there's these two aren't on the same axis as each other, like these two are. Like maybe, okay, let's, there's this timeline thing, right? If I go back to here, when I've just merged in the second cube, it looks like this. And so far, it would be totally possible to paint this side and then accept these two. Because there is some orientation I could put the current cube in, such that this new guy arrives on these two spots, right? So what if instead of going left, I just went right here? Maybe that would be cool. Or instead of going right, I went left. And I put another painter over here. And I activated the left object. What rotation would I need then? It would be up or down? I'm not sure. This cube has gaps on the bottom and front, or back, rather. And in particular, so we would need to orient it so that what is currently the back were the front, because that's the side we need to be blue. And what's currently the bottom is the top. How on earth do you do that? Is there such a rotation, or is this like violating the laws of thermodynamics? Oh no. Orient it so that the left is in front. So yeah, I guess do this. Rotate it left twice and up twice? This is a lot of rotations to avoid painting once. But so it's not, like, I'm not gonna be minimizing devices or steps or commands, but I think it's just pretty to not waste any paint. So let's rotate left twice. Oh, right. Then up twice. Finally trigger the source. We still need to rotate right or left once. Let's go right, I guess. To apply the new coat of paint. And then we can deliver it. Does this make any sense to anyone out there? Yeah, I agree. That was definitely a collision. What? How did that happen? No, yeah, I understand. Thanks for letting me know. I just want this to go away so I can look at other shit? Okay. Oh, this was just put in when I, like, believed stuff would work, but I just need to... Okay, stop. Delete that. You go there. Hello? You guys go here. Oh, and I think I don't need this either? Yeah. Okay, this is the key rotation. I'm gonna be excited if it looks good. Oh, this is awful. It's completely wrong! Okay. So back up to here. At this point, here's my cube, right? The front space is already empty. I somehow was confused about that. So the side that is facing front is actually the side that I want to be facing front. It's just that the side that's on the bottom, I want to be on top. So instead of all this dumb shit... Oh no, I just picked the wrong rotations here? These should be clockwise, I guess? I didn't do the wrong number of rotations, I just got confused about what rotations were necessary. So run to here, I guess? Ah, those are the same! Or they're opposites, I mean. I wanted them to be the same. It doesn't matter what they are, they just have to be the same. There you go. That ensures that they're the same. There we go. Now, it's oriented correctly to receive this new source block. I can just go paint it blue. Oh, it even highlights it in green to say you did it. It's correct. You should deliver this. So, ultimately, will the company thank me for all the paint that I saved? No. But I thought it was kind of a fun way to do the task. Even if it's bad on all the metrics that go on the scoreboards. Could I have saved on instructions somehow? I think so. If I don't think I need this home. If I take this stuff and put it right up against the end, so that I can just have a nice clean loop here. Yeah, so, I mean, as predicted, terrible on the leaderboards. But that's my, I don't know, self-handicapping. I don't want to compete on the leaderboards, so I thought of a novel way to do it that allows me to not be compared with these psychos who do things well. Anyway, I think I'll keep playing this, at least, you know. I don't know if I'm going to get all the way through the demo. We'll see. But for now, I don't see any reason to stop. We'll, you know, and maybe when I'm done with the demo, I'll say I want more and we'll get the real game. We'll see. I've said we'll see a lot. Too bad. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.